To get patch 1.2 off to a good start, Honkai Star Rail will add a juicy banner containing Kafka. Let me tell you 5 reasons why you should pull this banner. Kafka offers a completely new way to play. Wait, you have no idea about Kafka's kit? Let me explain super quick. Her talent, Gentle but Cruel, makes Kafka perform a follow-up attack whenever her allies use a basic attack. This action does electrical damage and can apply shock to the enemy. Her skill, Caressing Moonlight, deals electrical damage to an opponent and splash damage to nearby enemies. But on top of that, if the target is taking damage over time, it will take even more damage based on the original damage over time. Her ultimate, Twilight Thrill, deals electrical damage to all enemies, but can also shock those foes. When shocked is active, all enemies receive increased damage over time against lightning. Finally, her technique, Mercy's Not Forgiveness, attacks everyone around her and has a chance to shock them all. It is very clear that Kafka is focused on optimizing damage over time. Although there are other characters that specialize in this type of damage, like Sample or Hook, they're still not that popular. She works really well on teams focused on basic attack. Her talent is triggered whenever an ally performs that kind of action. So, she's perfect to side with characters like Asta, who is constantly using basic attacks to apply her stacks, or Luca and Blade, who are constantly using throughout their rotation. This way, you can assemble a team that consumes fewer skill points and focus them on either Kafka or some other support like Bronya. Kafka won't compete for relics with your other damage dealers. Based on Kafka's kit, what kind of stats will she need? Hit rate effect, break effect, and attack. While attack is something that your other damage dealers want as well, they'll rarely need hit rate or break effect. So you know those band of sizzling thunder that you farmed for Jin Yuan or Servo, but you don't have some good sub status? Yeah, your Kafka will be able to use them, easing your relic farm. Unlike Jin Yuan, where you really needed his light cone to get some high damage, this doesn't happen with Kafka. She has some great options for light cone, like Fermata, that increases your break effect and damage on enemies afflicted with shock, or Eyes of the Prey, which increase your effect hit rate and damage over time. Kafka is not alone in her banner. Although she's the main character, you have 3 4-star characters who are awesome. Luca and Sample are 2 characters that combine very well with Kafka. Luca uses a lot of basic attacks to enter enhanced basic attack mode, triggering Kafka's follow-up several times in addition to applying a lot of damage over time. Sample, in addition to being one of the most loved or hated characters, is also extremely damage over time based and has never been in a banner. So it is the first time for many players that they can finally get him. Finally, Servo, which offers an absurd AoE damage and cannot be underestimated just because she's a 4-star. But wait, in addition to these 5 reasons, there is another secret for you that stayed until the end. Kafka is a freaking MILF. I know I'll pull Kafka, but what about you? Leave in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe. There is an old legend that the channel subscribers never lost in a 50-50. And see you next time.
It's that time again to get busy with it. Best go find your friends and get jiggy with it.